The problem isn't people, because they talk about gay agenda like all the time. I hear that term like a lot, and it's extremely annoying because I don't know what that is. Like, if there was a gay agenda, I missed it. Like, I didn't get on board. They say that, I've been saying it for over a decade, if not longer. There's a gay agenda after our children.
Yeah, because we believe, majority of the world believe that it's evil. Hello everyone, we're excited to be here once more again on Beyond Borders on the FAWAZ King HQ. Right beside me I have one of our guests, Tyler. Tyler, say hi.
Hi everybody.
Yeah, so we're going to be diving today on the different topics, but mostly we're just going to focus on the LGBT, being LGBT and Black and American, and cultural differences, cultural wise. Just diving on a few subject matter, and then you'll get to know our guest here, Tyler. So Tyler, can you just introduce yourself?
Yes, so again, my name is Tyler. I am American, so I'm excited to be here. Yeah, I don't know what all you want to know. I can go deep.
Well, we're about to get into the
I believe
conversation. I see the excitement as well. Like, well, so before we dive in, thank you for coming by.
Of course.
And we're just going. So, this is it's a Pride Month, right?
Yes, it is Pride Month.
Nice. And you know what happened? And it happened to be on my birthday month.
Yes.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Apparently, like, even here in Dallas, like, they didn't celebrate Pride in June always. They used to celebrate it in September. Yeah, because June it was too hot. So they would wait until it got cooler in the fall, like September, and then they would have like the parade and things like that. That was back in the day. Yeah.
Okay. So there's something I'm just trying to get. I'm trying to know a little bit about you and get deep into about this Pride Month and what about this, the LGBT community of the thing. I'll just try to understand everything about it, and I'm sure most of the audience will also like to know and know it.
Yes.
So but before we get into that, so this gay of a thing, like how long are you like? How long have you been gay, or when do you realize you are all...
That reminds me of a video, I'm sorry. That's why I'm laughing. It reminded me of a video.
Yeah.
He was African and he asked the lady...
Yeah, because...
Why are you gay?
Because I'm just trying to understand, like, I am, like you say, I'm African, I'm Nigerian, so...
I mean, as long as I can remember, to be honest, like, as a kid, I remember, like, because I have an older brother and a younger brother, both of them are both heterosexual.
Okay.
So for me, I would do the same things that they would do, but then I would also want to do like other things as well. Like I would want to play with dolls and things like that, things that they did not want to do.
Okay.
So I kind of knew I was different pretty early on. I didn't have people think about when they think gay, they automatically think the sexual part of gay.
Got you.
But honestly, I think it was just more of like I know I'm different from my brothers, at least. I have that comparison. A lot of people don't have that, but I did have that comparison. And then when obviously puberty hits and things like that, and you start to feel like sexual feelings.
Yeah, sorry to cut you. The reason I asked that because there's been some a lot of discussion about the LGBT and gay stuff, and most controversial discussion. Some say you are not born gay.
Oh, bless the heart.
Stuff like that, and it's not normal. It's not common that you shouldn't be. But I try to understand. So then, if you are not born gay, so then what? As time goes by, at what age you realize that this is something you're different, like you said? Yeah,
I think the same age that like heterosexual people realize they like what they like. Like I said, I think when you hit like puberty, you're getting older, like your body parts are starting to change, and sex starts to run in your mind. You start to realize, as like I said, I have my brothers to compare to. They like girls.
Yeah.
I only like them because they like them, not for the same reasons. I like their friends. The guys.
Okay.
So and didn't realize that, but didn't realize what it was. And then when finding out what it was and realizing that it was not okay to be that at the time, you go into hiding, you try to get a girlfriend, you try to live a different life. So I mean.
So you've never had a girlfriend?
Oh yeah, I've had plenty of girlfriends.
Oh,
I've had plenty of girlfriends. I've only been sexually intimate with a girl once though.
Get you.
Yeah.
So, but then, as time goes by, you chose not to have no girlfriend. You just
Please don't ever. I love them.
get you.
I love women, but please don't come near my bed or anything like that because we can do nothing at all. Yeah.
Yes, well, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. Because since is a Pride Month, so how do you guys celebrate? How is this being celebrated?
So here in Dallas, they do like a really big parade. It's in Fair Park now. It used to be on Cedar Springs, but they do like a really big parade. And then after that, we just kind of party like we always do. Like we party every weekend. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are your party different from another party? Like.
I think so. I think gay clubs and parties, more people are active, more people are dancing, more people are actually being themselves and enjoying themselves.
Yes.
When I've gone to straight clubs, like with my friends, I notice like a lot of people are kind of standing around trying to look good. Gay people kind of just understand that they do look good in their own way, so they just kind of have fun. Like they don't really care. It's a different type of energy.
Oh, so do you have friends that are African, that are gay, or No, really?
I don't. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll find some.
But it's so funny because here in American, the LGBT community, the American, I think that the American government are giving them more rights than it usually was before. Compared to other countries. Like where I'm from Nigeria.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like this is a it's a crime.
Oh yeah.
It's a crime.
And no offense to Nigeria, I don't want to go there. And I do, but I don't because of things like that. It's like I can't be myself there. I think it's a beautiful country and it has like a lot of beautiful people from it and rich history and culture, but like with rules and laws like that, obviously it's not made for me to feel comfortable there. So I wouldn't want to go. It's sad, but
I get your point, but it's not as bad as it's not. It's not as bad as one would think. To be honest, it's not as bad as one would think because nowadays we have people like the famous popular influencer called Bobrisky. So it's more open. Have you heard of him?
Is he gay?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Is that the guy that just did something with Victoria Monet? Does he have a new song? I don't know. Maybe.
I'm not really sure. Probably it could be the one. I'm not really sure, but I don't really know much about his life or whatever.
But he's big now.
It's big and it's open in Nigeria, and everyone knows that. And more people are coming out in Nigeria, but even though the government have not really accepted it or make it legal like we have here in America, but most people are trying to embrace it.
Nigerians are a very large group of them that I've met and known. Like a large group of them are Christian, and so I know a lot of, just very much like America, a lot of the reasons that gay people don't have the rights or feel as comfortable, a lot of it comes from like the belief that it's wrong, Christianity, things like that. So I know that has like a big piece to do with it. In Nigeria, much like a lot of other things, when they feel some way, they make it known and they stand loudly and proudly behind what they believe. So, yeah.
Yeah, but again, one thing I will say about the LGBT community, the gay people, when it comes to dressing, you guys are killing the dressing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I've noticed that. I'm serious. Like when it comes to the dressing part,
thank you.
It's like I was like, okay, how are you guys doing this?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, we and no offense to the straight community, we do, like when it comes to the creative fields, like normally like the gay, because we we thrive in that place.
No,
like,
or do you? It does that want to? You guys just want to use it to feel your comfortable, feel your sadness, or make?
I think it does. I mean, you want to be in nice stuff. Most gay people love like luxury or something.
I noticed that.
Art or very
which
serious.
Is crazy. Which is crazy. So sometimes I wonder, I was like, so when this gay community living this kind of life lavishly, like sometimes I wonder, like, are they getting the money in some illegal way?
Oh my goodness!
Or what? Because it's crazy for them. No, it's crazy for you want to dress so nice and like with designer stuff. Expensive car. Then I was like, okay, well, how are you guys making this money?
Yeah, good question. That's a good question. I have always made my money the legal way. I cannot speak for everyone. I know that there are a few of us, gay and straight, that have done some sketchy things to get their cash.
Gotcha. Because it must not be normal, because it's like, no.
But I will say this, not to cut you off, I will say that being gay puts an obstacle in our way. So when we overcome that obstacle, we're so used to overcoming other things. So we always end up being overachievers. We want to get the best jobs. We want to have the best houses. We want to have the best car.
I noticed
a lot of it, and most of it, I will say, majority of the community, it's done right. Like, we go through life the right way to get that.
So to my understanding, you guys are really doing that just to make a sense of feel like, okay, you know what, I
belong.
Yes, I belong. You're part of this community.
Exactly.
You're also providing stuff to this community.
Yep.
You want to be heard. You want to be treated
We are
right.
just like everybody else. The difference is what we love, and that's not that different. I mean, it gets different when you get into the sexual aspect of it, but sex is not a public topic, and it shouldn't be. Like, it should be something that you do in private. You don't have to talk to people about what you do in private. I don't feel.
True. I would take that is right, because that is something you're doing. There's your private life, so we don't discuss about it. That is crazy, because I swear, because coming from Africa, especially from Nigeria, it's like this. When I came to America, that's when I started realizing that, okay, things here are done differently.
Oh yeah.
And I started seeing this, more of the gay community, more of the gay life. I was like,
very loud.
this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, in most of us in African country, like, is it Uganda? Uganda just passed a law.
Oh dear God.
They banned everything about gay. They banned it from that country, and it's a crime. It's a felony.
Yes.
It's a big crime.
Yeah, and it's really crazy because it's one of the poor countries in the world, and it's very sad to see them moving backwards as opposed to trying to move forward.
How do you think they're moving backward?
Well, they lost funding from the U.S. government.
But you see, most of us don't care about that, though.
Well,
we don't care about the fundings.
But you know what? Any bit of money, I think they could use. I think their pride and their beliefs are getting in the way of them moving forward with the rest of the world. You'll be left behind, and you'll think that God's gonna come and save you from poverty.
That is what you want to think. That's the American way of thinking.
Yeah.
But I disagree.
No, see, I see what you're saying, and I think that we do put our hands in too many people's business, like the Americans. Like, we are always in some type of war. We're always in somebody's, whatever they believe we need. Because we're one of the superpowers. So we are the superpower, actually. So it's like, they have the Vatican, they have United Kingdom, and they have America. These people, these countries, they run the rest of the world. Whether you like it or not.
I forgot to mention Russia.
No, I didn't mention Russia because Russia does not. They just got on the forefront of, because they talk about war, but they can't start wars,
Okay.
Because they know what happens when that happens. America got to where we are now, in the unfortunate sense, because of the military. Like, we have the most powerful military force on the planet. No one wants to mess with that, because if they do, we have allies, and even if we don't have allies, we have nuclear weapons. Like, we have things that we do first that other countries would be afraid of if we had to react.
So, have you ever dated an African before?
Have ever dated an African? No, I have not. I'd be open to it. If they were out to their family, number one. attractive, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. Yeah, I'd be open to it. I've never done it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that means at least you're open to that. So there's nothing you will find unattractive about them or want to go about it, like, because why I say that, because most Americans, once they see an Africa, especially, they perceive us as angry that we're so proud and too prideful
And aggressive and aggressive. Yeah, that's not the word, but I thought that's the word you were going for. But like, I think I like African energy because it's a lot of times it's assertive, it's direct. You kind of know where they stand. There is no real guessing. It's like, oh, well, I said that in private, but I also say it in public too. And I kind of feel my energy to be the same way, but being American. And I get in a lot of trouble for having that energy because, you guys live out loud. So it's like out loud and very loud. That's what I say about Nigerian culture. Not just Nigerian, well, mainly Nigerians, yes. You live out loud and you live very loud. You're very comfortable with just being the center of attention.
Yeah, I don't say anything wrong. It just has also been you being gay and open.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So there is no more difference.
Oh, that's so true. It's the pride part. You're proud of being an African, and I'm proud of being an African American gay male. That makes sense. Yeah.
So diving into it. So the moment you realize that, okay, this is who you are as a gay black American in America. So was it easy for you to come out?
Absolutely not.
It wasn't.
Absolutely not. I come from a very religious family. My father was a pastor. My grandparents my grandfather's a pastor. My grandmother, So I come from a long.
You would think that.
Oh yeah.
Guess it. Right?
Oh yeah, and they were. My mom has remarried to my pops now. She's remarried, and in the beginning, my mom and I had some flack when I came out. And I think it was just her coming to, she is a Christian, so some things come into understanding. We didn't get along at first. When it came to it, she still loved me. I still loved her. But it was hard at first with her. I don't think she really came around to really accepting me until I brought my first boyfriend around.
Oh,
yeah.
You have the courage to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So how was the scenario that day? I could only imagine what happened.
I can't remember when I brought him. I don't know if I brought him to the house or if I brought them somewhere where we were. But it was very similar. My mom she has class, so she didn't what the heck is this? Anything like that. She embraced him like she did me. She met him. My pops did the same. As a matter of fact, I do credit my pops with one of the most powerful men in my life, probably the most alive, at least now, the most powerful man in my life. He, I think, helped encourage her to walk the right way when it came to accepting me, because he accepted me immediately because it's not his life.
Yes.
And who is he? Even if his beliefs say, that's wrong, this is that, and the other, it's not his life. So he doesn't push that on me.
I think that's something we Africa are lacking when it comes to our parents sometimes in accepting who their kids really are. Because I know of some friends Africans, and they are so worried about what their parents are gonna say.
Now, you said that about relationships.
Yes.
I've been intimate with a few Africans, so I've never dated one, been official with one. But yeah, I've been intimate with some, and that is very much the conversation. They don't feel comfortable being themselves, and I think it's sad. And I wish that everyone did, but it takes courage, and it takes planning, and it takes you understanding that you may lose friends, you may lose family members, and being okay with that. Some people are not, and I'm not one to ever. I'm completely against people outing people. I'm completely against people forcing people out of the closet, because I wouldn't want someone to do it to me, and no one did do it to me. But I wouldn't want someone to feel pressure to do something before they were ready to do it ever.
Sad, because I know of this girl. She's a beautiful soul, pretty girl, but she's gay, and but our parents rejected her just because.
Oh my goodness! She came out.
She came out. So once she came out, our parents rejected her. She is very educated.
Wow.
Taking a good life, but just because, like I said, we are Africans, we are Nigerians, so that's.
Do you think that's the thing, though? No, like, do you think it's because you're African, or do you think it's because you're Christian?
It's because we are Africans and we are Christian, and there's a cultural differences. Because because our grandparents, our great-grandparents, stuff like this was not in existence.
Excuse me.
Oh, you think they were?
Absolutely. And you know where I know? This is where it comes from. Animals came before we came about.
Definitely.
It's in nature. They're not watching movies and learning how to do what they do. They're not dolphins literally pair up with another male dolphin after they've had intercourse with a woman because that's who they want to be with. They don't want to be, and it happens as well. Some of them pair up with the female dolphins. You can look this up. There were 1,400 of species of animals.
So when you say look this up, because at the same time, it's an American that wrote it.
That wrote it. Well, I mean, it would be different. It would be different if, I don't think Nigerians are interested in finding that out. Now that is one thing I will say. Most that I meet can kind of have like a wall up when it comes to the gay topic. So. This isn't something that I think that was done on purpose. This is just something that was seen in the wild. Like, you literally there's proof of like 2 male lions doing, sex with each other. And it's not something that they learned from somewhere.
Yes.
So that's where I say, people say, it's not natural, this, that, and the other. And they're very easy things that you can say to shut that down. The most intimate or most, erogenous spot on a woman's body is not inside of her where a penis could reach. It's on the outside of her. And then same for a guy. Like the most erogenous spot for him, whether you think it's from him ejaculating, it's not. It's actually inside of his body. There's a G spot inside of his body. That's the most that's the most erogenous spot for a man. So it's like I think people try to put sex in a box and it doesn't belong in a box. Okay. Like it's a free thing. It's express yourself. Like, but I do think it's a religious thing. I don't think it's if religion was taken out of it.
Culture is
not at all.
Have to do with it?
No, I don't. I don't think so because villages.
Because cultures plays a big role in everything we do as humans. Especially if culture plays a big role. So everything we do, we have to think about our background, our family, the culture where we come from, our religions. Everything also plays a big part. But before we go on, I just want people to understand this. See, I am not against and I'm not for.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm trying to say or trying to make people understand is that as a parent, you're not supposed to reject your kids just because of their sexual desires or just because of the sexual orientation or they chose to come out gay, this and that is hurtful because you don't know the damage you're doing to them. So that is something I was trying to get to. So I don't care whether they come out or they don't. It's not my life, but rejecting them because of their orientation, is so sad.
It's awful.
I don't like that.
And I think it fuels a lot of people not to tell their truth because they see, oh my God, she was ostracized from her family because she came out, like you say, successful, doing everything she's supposed to do in your cultural beliefs. And here she is, she comes out, so, all of that doesn't matter anymore because you're this. And it's like, why? That's not cultural, that's religious. Because religion says that this is wrong. Culture has nothing to do with it. I don't think culture cares. Christianity cares. And they push that. Nigeria is one of the biggest countries when it comes to Christianity at this point.
Yeah, true.
Because it's also profitable for them. It's a business for them, most of them. Because most of them don't practice it effectively. Because if they did, they'd know that if someone were to come out gay and that's what they wanted to be, judgment. You don't judge and you don't condemn. That's not your place. If you believe in a God, that's for him to do. It's not your place. And you don't push people away because, is that what you do? You don't do that. If if it were something else, that some other vice, and not being gay is not a vice. I don't want to say that, because I can be gay and be a criminal, or I could be gay and live by the a law-abiding citizen. Me being gay is not the crime. The crime is, oh, he stole something out of the store. Oh, that gay man did this. Oh, that straight man did this. Not, oh, just because he's him, he's now a criminal. Just because he's gay, he's a criminal. That's not a thing. You can't do that.
And also, there's also some controversy about trans and gay people, because I have noticed, I realized that most of you get also distancing yourself from the trans community. Why is that so? Because since if you guys are under the same umbrellas, so why are you guys trying to distance yourself from them?
Oh, that's a good question, Nelson. I have this argument in the gay community a lot. So like a lot of my friends, like, we do talk about this topic. I'm for trans rights. I think that anyone that feels that they're different, they should be allowed to be who they are. When it comes to like changing your body and things like that, I think that's a family's decision, like when that child or when that person should be able to do that. I don't think anyone else in the world should have anything to do with that conversation. That's up to that family. Personally, I would hope that they would wait until they're of age to, if they want to start, transitioning or anything like that. I would hope they would wait until they're of age to do that. But as far as, I guess, some of the beef, I'm speaking from an outside perspective. Yes, a lot of times the trans community has had to do things that weren't legal to make ends meet. Like they would have to steal to eat and things like that, because they didn't get regular jobs, because they dressed up as women when they presented as men, and vice versa. So they didn't get regular jobs, so they would resort to doing like criminal activity to get ahead, like sex work. Gotcha. They sell their bodies to pay their bills and things like that. And I think they caught a negative wind when it came to, and a lot of them were known to out some of the partners that they were with. Like, so a lot of them like are targets of hate crimes and like just being killed in general because like they slept with somebody and that person either didn't know that they were trans, or they found out that, or someone found out that they slept with that trans person, and now, oh, I have to kill this person because, and it's sad because they'll do that. They'll kill them quicker than they kill a gay man. They'll come after a trans person and kill them, but someone found out they slept with a man. It's kind of like, oh, you did, they tease them a little bit, but it's not like, oh, I'm gonna kill this person for doing this. And it's a sad situation. I support them 100%.
Okay, it's good to know you do, because I've seen a lot of things. You can get all information right nowadays from social media. You can get a lot of information. You go on Twitter, there's everything. So then that's why I asked the question, because I saw a lot of back and forth with the gay and the trans.
I will say, and this is personal, and I'm sure I may be attacked for it, but I don't care. Trans people feel entitled a lot of the times, and from my experience,
I think so?
I do. I think they feel entitled when it comes to certain things, because when it comes to gay rights and gay rights advancement, they feel that they were the leading force behind a lot of it, and they weren't doing it alone. And that's where I think the fight comes from too, because it's like, we're gay, you're trans, we're in the queer community. Just because you picked up the sign and held it up first didn't mean that your gay brother or sister didn't stand up beside you and do the same thing. Who cares if you did it first, or if you didn't do it, because we don't know. Who cares if you did it first? Like, that's another part of the battle. And so they feel kind of entitled to be. And before we move on from that, the final thing I want to say, I don't agree with I was talking to a straight girlfriend about trans, this was years ago. I do think, just like I'm proud to be a gay black man, you should say, I'm proud to be a trans black woman. Not, I'm proud to be a black woman. That's not your title. Like, there are I think it's cisgender, like when they're naturally born women. So cisgender women who are proud to be black women are proud cisgender black women. You don't get to drop the trans part and just say, oh, I am a woman. You're a trans woman, because you weren't born naturally a woman with woman body parts, female body parts. You were born a man and you transition. Why are we trying to? My fight is with them, and I know that's controversial. My fight is to why drop the trans part in your name? If you're so proud to be trans, why drop the trans? You know, I'm proud to be gay, so I don't drop that when I.
Well, that's good. But you know, when it comes to all this LGBT gay stuff, like I don't have problem with them. I don't have issue with them because I love them. I love everyone, no matter kind of
that's
stuff.
Why we love you, Nelson. Yeah,
at the same time, as an African, I still believe in my own, in our culture and our own Christianity and my religion.
Yeah.
So I still believe in that. So I believe that one have to stick to their own belief, and
that is true.
You know, so I stick to my own belief, and everyone stick to their own belief, which is good. That's something I like, and as long everyone is happy and it works fine for everyone. Okay.
You don't push. The problem is people, because they talk about gay agenda like all the time. I hear that term like a lot, and it's extremely annoying because I don't know what that is. Like, if there was a gay agenda, I missed it. Like, I didn't get on board. They say that. I've been saying it for over a decade, if not longer. There's a gay agenda after our children.
Because we believe, majority of the world believe that it's evil.
I wouldn't say majority. I would say publicly, a lot of people believe it. And you know, when we talk about it, what makes it evil? That's the thing.
That's when we're diving back to the Bible, your religion.
Exactly, not culture, but the Bible.
That's when we go back to the Bible, because that's why I say culture have to play a role in this. You know why culture played a role in it? Right. Because that's how you were brought up, right? You were brought up to study the Bible, to live by it, right? To live by the rule.
Not everybody.
Not everybody, if you say that, but like in my own religion, in my own culture, that's how we're brought up. We're brought up that, okay, this is wrong, this is right. Stay away from this.
Christianity became a part of the culture.
Yes.
And now it's culture.
Yeah, and but in America, which is good, but I hope one day, like the all African countries, other African countries will be able to accept it from fellow Africans. I
hope so, because there are a lot. I'm not a hoe by any means, but I've definitely slept with African people, and you're not just doing it because you liked it at the time. You're doing it because it's something that you're interested in. So it's like I mean, I don't want them to feel like they can't be themselves. You know, that's the sad part. I don't know if the African countries will come around to it because they hold on to Christianity so strongly. It's not our religion. It's a white religion that was pushed on everyone else. In North Korea, it's so sad, but it just recently happened. There was a family where the mom and dad were sentenced to prison for life, and their 11-month-old child. Yeah. I do not agree with that at all. I don't think that's right. But then I know the Christians are going to say, "Oh,
no, I don't believe that is right." I don't believe, because I don't believe that a child should have to suffer for the parents' consequences.
The parents should have to suffer for believing, but everyone should have the freedom of religion. The problem comes in when you push your religion onto other people. That's where I think the problem comes in.
So we gotta just play some game so it's called the hot seat. So you're gonna pick a card.
Okay.
And I will read the question out for you. Let me read it.
Okay.
What makes people gasp when I tell them that I don't like it?
Like how vulgar do you get? You said what makes people gasp when I tell them that I don't like it? When I tell them I don't like women. Yeah.
Oh.
They're like,
that's a good one.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. So one more.
Okay.
What was the worst gift you've ever received?
The worst gift I've ever received?
Yeah.
A gift basket, like with fruit.
Oh, so you don't like fruit?
I do like fruit, but I didn't think that it was a nice gift.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate that. Hopefully, as time goes by, we'll hope to invite you again.
Oh, yes, I hope so.
So, it was a great pleasure having you today. And thanks, everyone. We hope to see you again soon. And thanks for joining us today. And just wait for next episode.